Hello.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Yeah, good to see you guys again. So this is ParenTips in collaboration, in partnership
With
Papa Bear.
Bear.
Yeah. And this is the second video in a series that we're doing,
Yeah.
which is a collaboration between both of our our YouTube channels, just to try and get varied views on some of the dynamics that we deal with as parents. Yes.
Yeah.
And so the focus of ParenTips is really parenting in general. The focus for Papa Bear is about fatherhood in particular. And one of the things that we want to discuss today is an issue that is very close to many people's hearts.
Yeah.
And that is really the role that the father plays in terms of some of the decisions that are made or some of the dynamics within the home.
Yeah. And I think that's a very important thing to talk about because a lot of people we talk to, a lot of people we hear have a general feeling that dads are not as involved. In the major decisions of the home, where do we live? Most ladies feel like, I'm just told to look for a house and he'll pay the rent. Where do the kids go to school? I'm just told to look for a school and he'll pay the school fees. What kind of person do we employ to take care of our kids? I feel those are decisions that dads need to be very particularly involved in. And so I'm going to put you in a fix and ask you.
Ooh,
okay. Because, we're not doing theory, it's practical.
What did I sign up for?
I think I'll ask you, what is your opinion? How involved do you think dads should be in decision making in the home? Specifically, where do we live? Which kids do the school go to? Even what kind of person do we employ as a caregiver or a nanny to take care of our kids?
Okay. So I think and based on my own experience, I think it's very important for the dads to be involved. For a lot of families, this is not everybody's story, but for a lot of families, the father is the primary breadwinner.
Yes.
So for some people, the fact that they're out there hustling, getting money, bringing it back home, bringing home the bacon is contribution enough.
True.
Which it makes sense. I guess that's how a lot of us have grown up. But I think there's need for deeper fatherhood or paternal involvement in the growth of the kids, because the kids need to see a father figure. They need to know that the dad is around,
and they need to know that he's involved.
Yes, exactly.
That's important.
And so some of those decisions, whereas some decisions can be driven by the mom or the lady of the house, the father should be involved as much as possible. I think it's important that fathers show the initiative to be involved in these things. So where we live, it has so many dynamics around it. Do we own the house? Is it about security? Is it about how far it is from school? Is it about how long our commute to school or to work is? All those are dynamics that affect the child growing up. So this is something that the father should really be very heavily involved in. And I don't think it's really a question of making an edict or issuing an instruction. You shall hereby live there. It's more of being engaged in the decision-making process.
And I think the parents are team members. It's about teamwork. It's not just about the dad saying, I'm providing, so we are living in this particular place. It's more of, I think I need to assume some responsibility for the kind of environment my children are raised in. That's what this conversation is about. What do you think about schools? Lots of teachers. They just have mom's number. They don't know anything about dad.
The dad doesn't even feature anywhere.
I think it's very sad.
It is.
And dads also need to be involved in the school life of their kids. The teachers need to know daddy as much as they know mom.
And it's not just about the bursar or the accountant who receives the check. It's everybody. And we need as fathers to be more involved in what the kids are learning, so that we're aware of it. Do we know what the 844 system is offering now? Do we know if we wanted our kids to shift on our system? Do we know what that offers? Or do we just assume, we just take what everybody tells us and take it at that word? So it's very important for us as men to be deeply involved in the day-to-day running of our kids' academic lives. We need to know if they're not doing well in school. It's not enough just to say, here came a report card came home and you did badly, so you need to improve. You need to be involved so that you know what happened. Why didn't they do that well this time? So there's that level of engagement in the schooling.
And I think another great way of being involved is just being available for Parents' Days. Participate in the sports. Let your kids be proud that you participated.
To see you running with those their parents.
To see you panting, to see you struggling. Let your kids be involved to know that when things are not working academically, dad is going to come and talk to the teachers. So those are some ways you can you can be involved in the life, sign the diary.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Let the teachers know your signature. Others will think they forged it. Like, whose signature is this? This is not. We don't know this password. No.
So I hope people can learn from that and just.
The other thing which is a bit sensitive is the issue of the helper, the nanny.
Yes.
We know that nannies is a minefield. It's so complex. There's so many dynamics around that. It's a struggle getting a reliable, consistent nanny is a challenge for everyone.
And I think it's also a struggle for many daddies to actually be involved in the process of hiring and even managing a nanny. They feel African.
Yes, that's
African culture.
That's mom's work.
That's mom's business.
Yeah, don't involve me.
But I think this is somebody you trust your children with day in and day out. This is someone who spends over 8 hours with your children. Don't you want to be involved in that person's recruitment process? Don't you want to ask questions about that person? Don't you want to be involved even in the day-to-day management of that person? What do you think?
No, I agree. I mean, I think it's important that the nanny recognizes the role of the father. And, it's not to say that you're taking over the running of the home per se, but there's need for that involvement. So you're not just a passenger who shows up in the evening and wants a cup of tea and that's all you do. You need to be involved in the recruiting and the selecting of that person, because it's someone who's going to spend a lot of time with your children. And you need to be part of that process.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's very good to hear, guys. Stop hiding behind the boundaries. Just be involved and let your kids remember you for being involved. Daddy was all over the place for us.
He used to come for our school events. We used to see him running around, and he was there. He was there for us. So that's what kids will remember. They won't remember how much money you paid for school fees. I don't remember how much school fees my dad paid for us.
I don't. I remember how often he was with us. How often he spent time with us. And how often he came to school.
My dad was part of the PTA for all the schools we went to. It was a bit.
That's amazing.
Yes, it was a bit disruptive because you can't misbehave, you can't do anything funny. But I remember that my dad was very much involved, and decisions around where we lived and all that were all done with our education and our well-being in mind. And that was something that's a legacy that's been handed down to us, to me and my siblings. So I think as dads, as men, it's important for us to be involved in some of these processes.
This was an awesome conversation.
It was.
I think we are learning a lot from one another. And so thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, awesome. Thank you guys for your time. As usual, if you have any feedback, if you have any thoughts, you want to share your experience, what it was like, what was it like for you when you're growing up? Was your father involved? So let us know. Comment at the bottom of the video, like, subscribe, share. Let's get this conversation going.
See you guys next week on Papa Bear and ParenTips.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.